Record. Good morning. Today we are going to make something for St. Patrick's Day. Since St. Patrick's Day is next week. Lori, what are we going to make today?
We are going to make a fun leprechaun. Leprechauns are all about St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, so this will be fun activity. So what you need at home is just a white blank piece of paper. You need either some green, black, and yellow paper. If you don't have those colored construction papers though, that's okay. Just use white paper again and just use markers or crayons, whatever you have at home. And then you're gonna need, you can use googly eyes. If you don't have any googly eyes at home, you can just use a marker and draw the eyes on, and the nose and the mouth will draw those on. And then you need some paint, some orange paint. And if you don't have paint at home, we're gonna attach a paint recipe too that you can make at home. That's really easy with some basic ingredients at home. And then a fork is the last thing that you need. So plastic fork, okay? Or a metal fork, doesn't have to be plastic. And then, oh yes, I almost forgot, we need some scissors too. We're gonna do some cutting. Okay, so
if you are going to use the colored paper to make the hat, then you are going to need some glue to glue it on. If you're going to use markers or crayons, you don't need the glue.
I almost forgot. Good thing Lori's reminding me today. Okay, so Lori, first let's write your name on the paper.
Okay.
We'll write our name on the back of the paper. Some of you might use the, like we've always talked about, the hop-on method. You might just hold the top of the writing utensil while the student is writing, just to help guide them. You might do full hand over hand. It just depends on what level you're at. So we'll do the name and then we'll flip over our paper, and then we're gonna make a circle on the paper, a big circle for the leprechaun's head. So there's a circle for his head. And then next, if you have googly eyes, let's go ahead and glue those googly eyes on. And if you don't, you can just use a marker and whatever color marker you want to make for the eyes. So I think Lori has some googly eyes, so she's going to put the googly eyes on. Yep, and he has 2 eyes. And then Lori, next, I think you should draw a nose and a mouth on that leprechaun.
Okay, I'm going to use some markers for that. I think I'm going to use black markers. And I'm just going to do that for the nose.
That looks nice.
And that for the mouth. Can I make some eyebrows too?
Yeah, you could make some eyebrows. That would be fun.
I'm going to use orange so that it'll match his beard.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like the eyebrows. So if you guys at home, if you want to do eyebrows, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's totally up to you.
In the picture that I have, he has rosy cheeks too. Can I just do a little bit of rosy cheeks?
Yeah, you could give your leprechaun rosy cheeks. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna do really light.
So this is another one. If you want to give him rosy cheeks, you can. You don't have to. And Lori just drew like 2 little circles on there.
Okay.
That looks good, Lori. And actually, can you flip it around? I think he's upside down in the screen so we can see. There, he looks good. So now let's see next, how about we do his hat? So
okay,
I'm gonna get her green construction paper to do his hat.
So I'm gonna just draw a square like that. And then on the bottom of the square, I'm gonna draw a rectangle that's a little bit longer than the square. Doesn't have to be perfect. Can you see?
Now I was gonna say, now we can see. That's perfect. So you can draw something like that if you have construction paper. If not, you can just draw it on the face that we already made, and then you can color it green, or maybe you wanted to have a different color hat. It doesn't have to be green. We just did green for St. Patrick's Day. And then you're gonna cut out that hat if you did it on the construction paper. So Lori's gonna cut it out. And she's doing a good job holding the paper with one hand, holding the scissors with her other hand, working on the bilateral hand coordination. squeezing the scissors.
Almost done.
Looks good, Lori.
Thank you.
Oh, very nice. That's perfect, Kat. So then next thing we're gonna do is on a black piece of paper, or if you don't have black, you're just gonna draw it on top of the green on your paper. Lori is going to cut out just a straight line. It's gonna be like a little strip on that leprechaun's hat.
I'm going to measure it to the hat to know where I need to cut it. And I'll show you how to do that here. I'm going to, after I cut off my black strip, I'm going to hold it up to the hat and I'll know where to cut it. So I'm just going to make a quick fold right there. And I know that I have to cut it at the fold.
Perfect.
And now I'm going to glue that onto my hat. Or if you don't have colored paper, you can use your marker and make the black part of the hat.
Very nice, Lori. I think it's missing one thing. We're gonna get our yellow paper and we're gonna cut out a little square so it's like a little, like kind of like a little buckle on the leprechaun's hat. And if you don't have this paper, you can just use your crayons or marker.
Now the little buckle on the hat is going to be hollow. So once I cut out my square, I'm going to fold it in half and I'm going to cut the center out of it.
Yep, so you got to be careful not to cut all the way. Do you see how Lori's just cutting not all the way to the edge there? Because if you cut all the way to the edge, it will fall apart. So there, she did a good job. She cut out kind of like a little square inside. Very nice.
And I'm going to glue that on top of.
Oh, that looks perfect, Lori. So she'll glue that together, and then after that, she's gonna glue it on top of her paper. And then I think there's just one more thing we have left to do to finish our leprechaun.
I'm gonna glue my hat onto my leprechaun before we do that last thing. Okay, and I'm going to put my hat a little bit on a slant because I think that looks fun.
Yeah,
I want my leprechaun man to be fun, or woman.
Let's see, Lori. Oh, he looks so cute. Now, so what is he missing? We have to do one more thing to make him complete with our paint.
He doesn't have any hair.
Yeah, we're gonna give him some hair and a beard. So Lori's gonna get her orange paint out. And like we said, if you don't have orange paint at home, we're gonna attach a simple recipe that you can make orange paint with.
So I'm gonna use a little paper plate here to put my paint on.
And then Lori, I'm gonna hand you, I have a fork for you to dip in the paint. So I'm gonna hand you this fork and then you can dip it in the paint and then you're gonna press it on your paper. So you ready for the fork?
I'm ready.
All right, here you go. All right, so go ahead and dip that in your orange paint and then you're gonna press it on the paper. Oh, it's looking good.
I'm going to give him a big beard because Irish leprechauns usually have beards, don't they?
Yes. Yes, you could make him have a big long beard like Lori. I think she's going to make a big one. Or if you want him to just have a small beard, you can do that too. Make your leprechaun however you'd like.
So you're going to use a pat, 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 pat. I'm going to reach across midline over to the other side while I'm using my helper hand to hold the paper so it doesn't move. Again, crossing midline, put hair on the other side of my leprechaun. I wonder what would happen if after I dipped it in, I just ran it down. Oh, that's kind of neat.
Oh yeah, that works good.
Do some over there too.
Oh yeah, he's looking cute. I like that leprechaun.
He's got some crazy hair. Righty. What do you think? Do you think that's enough?
Yeah, I think that's enough. And yes, at home, if you want to add more, you can, but I think Lori's looks pretty good. So we'll finish it up. That way this video is long for everybody to watch. And we hope you enjoyed this. And Lori, that looks great. Her leprechaun turned out very cute. So we hope you have fun with this activity at home, and we hope you have a great St. Patrick's Day. All right, bye everyone.